Baruch Hashem, welcome to the Captain's Ready Room. This is Captain 6K77, your host. We'll do a little bit of update here on the 1000 USS Grissom. As you can see, I've got it pretty well painted. I've kept it in two pieces because there's some decaling and different things that need to go on. It's a little easier to maneuver because once you put this thing on, you're going to have a hard time getting in between there. So you can do the sub-assemblies and get them painted up, but you got to wait. Until you get it all done before you can really put this sucker on. I want to point out a couple of things on this very first issue. As you could see, for those of you that built this or have the model, I didn't exactly follow some of the paint color schemes. I went online and I looked at some screenshots of the USS Grissom from Star Trek 3 because I am building the USS Grissom, and I found that this is a little closer approximation of the colors that I saw on those screenshots versus the colors that they have on the box for you. I think some of the colors on the box are the updated version of the model, essentially from the USS Pegasus and other ships that appeared in Star Trek The Next Generation. So it's possible there's some differences, which makes sense because the Grissom is a Captain Kirk era, and the Pegasus and some of those other ships are much later. So anyway, a couple of issues I ran into. There's some gapping here. I've tried to do the best I can with it, but there are some gapping in places. Saucers, one of them. One of the most noticeable was there was some gapping in the when the pylons come down onto this secondary hull when I put it together. So the other issue is, again, I think I might have mentioned this the first time, but I'll show you again. Right in here, this little mark is in the plastic, so I'm actually going to have to paint the base because it's nice and smooth, but it's got this line in it. So I'm going to have to paint this. So I don't know if I just got a tough one here or what, but I had some problems with it, and then I created my own mess because I used some cheaper white paint, and I've had to go back and repaint this thing a little bit and sand it down and repaint and touch it up because the white paint didn't do a very good job of evenly coating on there and some other things. So a model that I believe I said in the first episode was a lot easier to do and a lot quicker to do, and I'd probably have it done in no time. I've actually had a bunch of problems with. So we're just we're going along here, and I'm getting ready to do more touch-up painting, but and then we're gonna work on putting the decals on this sucker, and then we'll attach it depending on what we've got with the decals, because I don't want to rub them off either while I'm trying to press this thing together. So if I see that there aren't, and I don't think there are, but I want to double check, if there aren't any here and there aren't any on the bottom, then I will go ahead and close it up so that it's good. One thing to keep in mind too when you paint stuff, for example, here is a good example. These pieces right here, they slip into the slots on the bottom here. And as you see, they're coated in paint. So just a handy tip for those that are newer to the modeling, you've got to scrape the paint off of those places so those pins will fit in there. Otherwise, you could run into some problems that the pin's not fitting in and so forth, and snapping and breaking pins and all of that. So I will tell you, even though I've snapped pretty much all of it except for the secondary hull, when I put the two pieces together, I did glue it together just because I wanted to have a stronger base on there. So with that though, this is kind of wrapping up our episode for today. Again, we'll come back hopefully next time with a finished product and all decaled up, and we'll show you that. In the meantime, please follow us on Twitter here on the show. It's at Captain6K77, at Captain6K77. That's our Twitter account. And as I offered last time, feel free to send in prayer requests. I'll be happy to pray for you in between the show. I won't do it on the show. Don't want to bring anybody's stuff in on the show, but outside of the show, if you need any kind of prayer on anything, like I said before, this is kind of a tough world out there now and a lot of things happening. So I'll be happy to pray for anyone that might ask for it. Or simply follow along for some scale modeling shots. I'll probably throw a couple of in-between shots out just for fun. So until the next time, God bless, and we'll see you.